Why in the world was this movie made?
So here's what I wonder. We just watched, all these movies about male stripping.
And
all
what
that
about female
stuff.
stripping?
Oh, and one about female stripping. I didn't see one knee brace the whole time. I didn't see nobody using no icy hot. I didn't see nobody taping their ankles. What the hell's going on here?
They wore a lot of knee pads.
Okay.
Mike wears,
Fair.
and also Kevin Nash actually does wear a knee brace throughout the entire thing.
It's fucking hot. That's what we need is if we get Magic Mike 3, we need something like about the sexiness of safety and health involved in your
Knee
athletic
braces.
wear. Yes, knee braces.
More knee braces. That's what we
Sometimes I wonder what the magic part was. I didn't see any rabbits come out of hats. I saw 0 card tricks. No one at any time did any kind of escape. And also nothing disappeared. Except for when Andy McDowell made
Big Dick Richie's penis disappear. Yeah. It really for a movie called Magic Mike, it was actually not about magicians at all. And it's funny that you watched 2 movies and recorded 2 podcasts about it and are just realizing that now.
I'm using all the material I didn't get to use. The knee brace stuff is coming out. The magic stuff is coming out.
All your gold stuff, all the A material that you've been saving for the wrap-up show.
Yeah. I've been saving it for the wrap-up show. All my A material.
My
what
God.
is there is a franchise, what is it called? Like Now You See It or something? Like that is a magic.
Yes.
Yeah, Now You
franchise.
See Me.
Now you see me.
I have not seen either of those, but I've seen some clips like on the social media.
Yeah.
So you
And,
have seen them.
Yeah, then you saw them.
Right.
No, but this is confusing. What did I see? What have I seen? Yeah, but I'm interested. Is that a 2-parter? Is that
It
is
is.
that a twofer?
Yes, currently that is a twofer.
That's a potential future twofer. We've all 3 of us have never seen either of those movies.
Nope.
Wow. Guys, think about it.
It's almost like the time is now to see.
I
them.
see what you're saying.
Again, saving the A material for the wrap-ups.
Yeah, it's not great stuff.
All right, so we're here to break down the Magic Mike twofer series. 2 movies, 3 guys with opinions, and some guests. So, I mean, let's lay it all out on the table. Let's get it all up on the stage. Let's flop it all out of our G-strings and and tell it how it is. Should I start? Should I start doing this thing?
Yeah, start doing whatever thing that we're gonna do.
All right, so ranking these 2 movies, I'm going to start with the number 2 film, which of course is the classic 2015 movie directed by Gregory Jacobs. Is that his name? Something generic like that.
Yeah.
Magic Mike XXL. So its score, Colin gave it a 5, Harris gave it a 4, I gave it a 6, and Daniel Leeds, our lovely guest, gave it a 4, which averages out to a 4.75. 4.75. That is it. Does that
probably
seem
better
right?
than It really is.
Seems right to me.
It's
Well-
probably a little better than I don't know.
I'd like
It was
to
a
announce,
fun movie, Colin. Shut up.
I'd like to announce a score change. That's right, Mel Gibson.
You're going
I'd like
up?
to change my score.
Because that totally wasn't 10 minutes ago.
It wasn't. I have since realized that I gave Magic Mike 1 the same score as Magic Mike 2, and I can't have that.
So give Magic Mike 1 a higher score.
No.
You just finished explaining how fun Magic Mike is and how much you love it. Magic Mike XXL and how much you love it. And now you're going to penalize it and drop its score down.
I believe the word is penalize, Harris.
Well, I guess in this case, yes, that's probably accurate. Stop penalizing all the male stripper movies.
That's pretty fair. I think you've convinced me, Harris. I think that is a better strategy.
No, listen to me. I'm saying the word penalize.
I say penalize too.
I do. And then if I'm, you ever see Major League? That's another sort of 2-part franchise. When they ask Charlie Sheen what league he's from, and he's like California
Penal.
Do you guys have like a word that you mispronounced your whole life, and then someone called you out on it, and you felt really stupid?
Yeah, Harris's is quarter.
I feel like I've got a lot of them. I feel like if you make me narrow them down to one, it's going to be tricky. But yeah, anything with a wah sound, apparently.
Do you guys know the word relegated?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever told you guys this story, but at a former job of mine, one time I used the word relegated, and I said it the wrong way, and someone called me out on it. And I was like in a room with some high up people, and not only did I say it wrong, but I like used it the wrong way too.
It was a real. You were a double threat. And then wait, how did you mispronounce it? Relegated?
No, I said
relegated.
Relegated.
That's kind of funny.
They asked me like if I was still working in the same department. I was like, no, I got relegated to this other department, and like thinking it just meant like moved. I got like formally moved is what I thought the word meant.
That is very funny.
Yeah,
I feel like when I was younger, like probably when I was a teenager, I'm pretty sure I used the word segue at one point, and nobody knew what I was talking about. And then somebody was like, "You mean segue?" And I was like, "Oh, this is making sense because I've heard that word before, but I've only seen that written." You know, like, yeah, it all clicked.
I've seen people say, like, when they're reading it, they're like, oh, yeah, and, you know, I seg or whatever. And I'm
seg. Like if it's segue.
That's French or something, right?
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have one off the top of my head, but
it's especially those ones that you read in books more often than you will actually hear in conversation. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What the hell are we talking about? So did we get a score change there or not?
No, I'm not going to change it. I'm going to change
Good for you. Stick to your guns.
Boo.
No, I think Harris is right. I think Magic Mike is a good movie. Like, I would watch that movie anytime, I think. Whereas the second one is good too to me, but like has problems, and yeah, let's just
you got to be in the right mood. It's like a conditional movie.
Yeah. I just disagree with what's happening here. I don't know why. I'm feeling a little.
We're locking it in.
I want.
That's it. Shut his mouth.
All right. Next
I want to change mine. Lower.
Next up on our extremely long list of 2 movies is the topper, the one, the only. It's Magic Mike. Its scoring is Colin gave it an 8. Harris gave it an 8. I gave it a 6. And Rose Cerno gave it a 6. Any changes?
Yeah. I want to change mine to a 7 because it resulted in the XXL and XXL.
You're going to penalize it for leading to a sequel that you didn't care for.
That is what I'm doing. Yes.
What I think is funny is that me and Colin gave XXL the same rating, and yet he seems to feel much more negatively about it than I do. I kind of liked it, and he's like acting like it's like somehow a really bad movie.
That's right. That's what's happening here.
I guess a 4 for Colin is actually a remarkably low score Where for me, it's pretty middle of the road.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
we have another score change. And that, of course, is mine, and I'm changing mine from a 6 to a 7 also. So we're
So
meeting.
Nothing changed.
This makes sense. This all makes sense to me. I agree with everything that's happening now. I wish I had given it a 7 so that I could change it to an 8, but I nailed it in the first try. I nailed both of these in the first try, so this is a burden of perfection. I've got nothing to do in this episode.
It's too bad you didn't save a bunch of your good material like I did. Knee braces. Hey guys, hey, what's the deal with knee braces?
What's the deal with all these guys not wearing knee braces? Kevin Nash is wearing a knee brace. Oh,
That's hot.
oh shit! Now what do I say?
All right, so we got the final scores locked in place.
Greatest franchise ever.
Yeah, so with an average of 7, the first movie, and then an average of 4.75 for XXL. The series average comes out to a 5.87. Yeah, which rounds up to a 6, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 5.87. Let's see where that falls in line with everything else.
The all-time scores in the Chronicles of License to Watch, held in the archives on the Great Mountain of Licenses.
The great mountain of licensing.
Licenses shall be renewed. Licenses shall be revoked.
Come to the mountain.
So it's higher than Mortal Kombat, which had a 4.13.
Which makes a lot of sense to me.
It falls in between, let's see. It's higher than Exorcist, which had an even 5. But it's not as high as, what's the lowest 6 I have here? Lethal Weapon? Yes. Lethal Weapon is a 6.25. So it's between Exorcist. It's greater than Exorcist, but lesser than Lethal Weapon. Does that sound right?
That does sound right. That sounds right to me.
Yeah.
Exorcist
Right in that sweet
Magic.
spot.
Now, there's an idea. Combining those 3 ideas.
Exorcist,
Buddy
Lethal
Cop.
Weapon, Stripper.
Buddy cop possessed strippers. Male.
Okay, put it on our put it on our development list. Why not?
Put it in the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Someone at Warner
Buddy-
Brothers' dick just got really hard. They're actually all Warner Brothers properties, aren't they?
Yeah, I think
They
so.
are.
What would
Yeah.
what would that be called?
I don't know. I love the tagline. Buddy cop possessed strippers ... male. Just in case there was a confusion on the
Yeah.
Strippers? Oh, male. Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah. So what is the total of all the franchises? Where do they all rank up at this point?
Oh, you're going to make me do this now, aren't you?
Just well, shouldn't this be kind of a thing that we have at the ready?
All right. So let's
I don't know what you're asking. The total of all franchises?
Yes, Colin.
What does
the
that mean?
total of-
That's what you said.
What is the total of all franchises? What is the sum total of all? What do I have to spell it out for you, Colin?
Yeah, I'm very confused.
Just
I
listen
think-
to all the math language coming out of my mouth, and learn stuff.
I think you're asking him to take one column of numbers on his spreadsheet and just add them all up and say a big number.
What do all franchises equal? 58. Wow. What a number.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. What a great number.
Holy crap numbers.
Oh man, numbers are the best.
All right. Let's see if I can attempt to solve this riddle that Harris has proposed. So our highest ranking franchise to date is Mission Impossible with a 7.66. Next up, the only other 7 on the board is Star Trek, which is a 7.1.
Shocking.
Should be higher.
Yeah. Then next up,
Yeah.
Not hearing a lot of
highest-
support for that.
yeah, the highest 6 score that we have is the Batman, Tim Burton, Joel Schumacher series, which is a 6.84.
Overcoming a
Followed
lot of Schumacher handicap there.
Yeah. Followed closely by the James Bond series, which is,
All right.
averages out to a 6.46. And then that is followed by Lethal Weapon, 6.25, which is followed by this series, Magic Mike, at 5.87, which is followed by Exorcist with an even 5. And then our last series is Mortal Kombat with a 4.13. Right?
So
Did
what
I
I'm
get
hearing
anything?
now
All right.
is that Tom Cruise is the greatest star in the history of the world.
According to this podcast so far, yeah.
All right.
Look here.
This all checks out.
Numbers are great and all, and they're cool and they're fine, and they do counting and etc. Blah blah blah. But I really think we should switch to rating these movies based on shapes. Like, just assign a shape to the movie. Like, numbers are done, shapes are in. Let's go to shapes. Numbers, no. Shapes, yes. Okay? I love this movie, blah, blah, blah. I like the cinematography, blah, blah, blah. I think it's a fucking triangle. I like this movie, blah, blah, blah. Dodecahedron. I like this movie, blah, blah, blah. Sphere. I don't know. Something like that. Shapes.
You know, I'm open to that. I do think that
No, you're not. Don't lie to my face.
Wrong.
I'm open to that. You are not.
I mean, but do they have to be simple shapes? Could I give Mission Impossible a crescent?
I am, on a serious note, I am going to suggest something. This might be a little out there for you guys. It's kind of similar to what Colin just suggested, but a more serious tone.
A threesome?
Do you
No.
think
Hard no.
do you think we should retire the Timothy Dolphin rating scale and propose a new rating scale that we don't have to explain to our guests every time?
I keep
So
on
here-
telling you, we don't have to explain the Timothy Dolphin rating scale. It's a 1 to 10 scale. Everyone understands what that is.
Well, do you think it would be funnier if, per the franchise that we're covering, like, for instance, for Magic Mike, we could do rated on a scale from 1 to 10, like G strings, you know, or like Mortal Kombat rated on a scale of 1 to 10, like katana blades or something, you know, like we find some like funny thing about the movie, and
I don't know.
I just don't understand why dolphins can't still be a part of it.
And I think you're attributing a lot more humor to those ideas than actually are there. I get what you're saying. I don't know if that's.
so we're liking Timothy Dolphin.
I'm
Yeah.
liking Timothy Dolphin. I think he's.
I'll say this, Matt. I don't understand your porpoise, and I think your ground you're standing on is razor fin.
I think you better watch your blowhole, buddy.
Oh man, let's just bottle nose that up into a bottle nose. I don't know.
Yeah, I know that bottlenose is a tough one.
Yeah,
Let's all enjoy a nice, refreshing tuna sandwich made of dolphin.
that's gross.
I know, I took it there. All right, my only other suggestion is our rating system is something more in line with the name of this podcast, which we have desecrated so by no longer issuing licenses or revoking them.
I'm gonna start keeping secret records about what my actual licensing is doing, but not sharing it with you guys or anyone else.
Well, I mean, we could assign a threshold number, you know, like if a series is a 6 or higher, then that gets a license. It's like
I think that is way off. I think Magic Mike is a perfect example. Or the past 3 we've done is a perfect example. Mortal Kombat Annihilation, our guest said outright, I'm going to give it a 0 because I think that will encourage people to be curious about it. In the last one, in Magic Mike XXL, we said to our guest that rating it below a 5 does definitely not mean it doesn't get a license to watch. I think we've established that it is 2 different things.
they're two different. So the score and the license are not.
Well, I don't know why we stopped licensing stuff. I mean, it is the name of our podcast, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure why that went away. because it was interesting how we would sometimes give stuff low scores and still license it because it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe we should do a bonus Patreon episode or something where
And just
we
license
retroactively
everything.
go back and issue licenses to all the films that we've covered. Like we just
Yeah,
have
That sounds nice.
an episode where we do that.
That sounds fun and easy. That's some easy
Yeah.
content we can create. All right. Mark it down, folks. It's a date.
And then we just pick it up from there.
Well, we'd love to hear some audience feedback on this particular issue. If you'd like
I
to
wouldn't.
contact license to I was doing like a whole voice and everything.
How can our fans reach us? What is the easiest way? Is it Twitter? I know on the Patreon, if you're a Patreon, you can just go on the Patreon message board or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I feel like a
you know.
fishing line with a big bag of money at the end of it. It doesn't even have to be a full bag of money. It could just be a bag with a $sign painted on it. And if you dangle that in the right place and I see it, you will reach me.
We check our Instagram account DMs if you want
We
to
have an
slide
Instagram
into
account?
our DMs.
yeah,
You know
I
we
think
do.
Nice.
Instagram is better than Twitter for sure. We don't really use the Twitter that much.
Well, the Twitter is when you like want to tweet at someone and make it public knowledge. The DMs, you can say that nasty shit you're trying to say to us that you don't want people
That
to
is
know.
true. You speak the social media words that I don't understand.
Yep.
Yeah. So slide into our DMs, y'all,
Yeah.
besties.
If you'd like to contact License to Watch, please slide into our DMs. We'll appreciate it so much.
This is like a combination of your nerd voice and your radio DJ voice.
Yeah, I like it. I imagine myself selling cars or something that's like not really a great consumer product, but
Like
does
a
need
pet
to be
rock,
sold.
like 30 to 40 years like after it's
If you'd like to buy a
popularity.
pet rock, come on down to Colin Shaw's Big House of Rocks. Somebody dumped a bunch of rocks on my house, and I have to sell these rocks because I'm gonna die of
a
starvation.
meteor crashed into my yard.
These kids have been throwing rocks through my window, and I got to get rid of all these rocks. Hey, you kids, quit throwing them rocks.
I'll tell you right now, I don't have a problem saying this. When a rock hits me in the head, it hurts real bad.
Oh man, Magic Mike. Harris, why did you want to watch this series?
Mostly the beefcake, just the sheer sweaty maleness of it. No, I just thought it was. I was deciding between. I think I was. What did I have it done between like Kill Bill and this?
Yep.
And I just thought it was interesting. I wanted to. I kind of just was interested in other people's takes on it because both these movies surprised me in their own way because I was expecting one thing and kind of got another. And I just thought it would be an interesting thing to hear other people's takes on it, which seemed very similar, that they're actually kind of better than advertised.
Yeah, I kind of was surprised at your handling of, or your score, I guess, of XXL, because as I was watching it and like seeing the kind of movie that it was, it kind of dawned on me, and I was like, this is why Harris wanted us to watch this, because this movie is insane. This movie is like not what you expect it to be. Yeah. So I thought you were going to be like gushing about it.
He also continues to try to convince us to go on a road trip to a convention in Myrtle Beach every fucking week.
Yeah.
Speaking of road trips, should we talk about our potential idea that we were talking about? Should we announce
No,
that
we will
yet?
tell the fans nothing.
No, yeah,
wait
we can talk
until-
about that.
until it's a little. Until it's
Yeah,
marinated a
maybe we
little
should
bit.
wait until it's more concrete, but it would be something
It's a little
fun.
half baked right now.
Yeah, it's a more of a. I don't know how much it'll affect the project or the product, the end result, the what do you call it, the forward facing part of the podcast, but it will be an experimental venue change from how we record, which could be
I
interesting.
refuse to face forward while doing the podcast.
We do this entire thing staring at the back of Colin's head. It's so weird.
He looks like Cousin It.
You're lucky I'm so expressive with that part of my head.
Yeah. His ponytail does a lot of heavy lifting. Like, this is part of the reason though why sometimes we have no idea what the hell he's talking about. It's hard to tell if he's joking or not without the facial features.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Is
I
that
think
it?
we've given the people their money's worth on a two
Yes.
movie wrap up episode.
Yep. All right.
Yes.
Well, we'll see you next time with Conan the Barbarian.